Yes, welcome back. It's Tuesday. I record some video about deserts, how the world is turning into a big desert. The lakes and the rivers are drying out. I'm doing that in my language Danish and English. I was supposed to do in English. So I like to read this lake Urmia again because I need it. I will try to make a video about it in my language Danish. I use this camcorder because I will use this camcorder to my Danish video. So I will just use this one. My small pocket cam. So I just got up my bed. I still have my door open. So I will turn the sound a little bit down compared to what I do normal. So I like to read it again before I try and make this Danish video. So let's do that. I have read it long time ago in English. I need to read it again to refresh my knowledge. Read loud.
Lake Urmia. Coordinates 37 degree 42 and 45 degree 22 Lake Urmia from space in 1984 Lake Urmia is located in Iran. Lake Urmia coordinates 37 degree 42 and 45 degree 22 E-type salt, hypersaline, lake primary inflow Sari Nadi, Simina Adi, Mahabad River Gadar River Barandaus River Shaha River, Nazla River, Zola River, Kafta Aliche, Ajiche Boikche Rodkanyu Kaleche, Kobiche Rodkanyu Mordak. Lake Urmia, is an indoor hike salt lake in Iran. 7.8. The lake is located between the provinces of East Azerbaijan and West Azerbaijan in Iran, and west of the southern portion of Caspian Sea. At its greatest extent, it was the largest lake in the Middle East and the sixth largest saltwater lake on Earth, with a surface area of approximately 5,200 km to 2,000 square mi, a length of 140 kilometers, 87 mi, a width of 55 km, 34 mi, and a maximum depth of 16 m, 52 feet. 9. By late 2017, the lake had shrunk to 10% of its former size, and 1/60 of water volume in 1998, due to persistent general drought in Iran, but also the damming of the local rivers that flow into it, and the pumping of groundwater from the surrounding area. 10. This dry spell was broken in 2019 and the lake is now filling up once again, due to both increased drain and water diversion from the Zap River by the Urmia Lake Research Program. 11. Lake Urmia, along with its approximately 102 former islands, is protected as a national park by the Iranian Department of Environment. Names and etymologies. Richard Nelson Fry suggested an Eurasian origin for the name. 12. While T. Burrow connected the origin of the name Urmia to Indo-Iranian Urmi wave and Urmia undulating, wavy. 13. A more likely etymology would be from Neo-Aramaic Assyrian Chaldean spoken by the shrinking number of the ancient Christian population of the nearby city of Urmia, consisting of Ur meaning city and Mia meaning water. Together, the water city, what Urmia city is, a city on the waters of the eponymous lake. The name could also derive from the combination of the Assyrian Aramaic words Ur, a common name for cities around Mesopotamia, meaning city, and Mia, Syriac, lit. Water, city of water referring to the city nearby. 14. Locally, the lake is referred to in Persian as Daryi or Urmia, in Azerbaijani as Urmia. The traditional Armenian name is Kaputan Sof, literally blue sea. Residents of Shahai Island refer to the lake in Azerbaijani as Dari, meaning sea. 15, 16, 17. Nilan River, diversion from the Zab River primary outflows none. All water entering the lake is lost through evaporation basin country ceramics. Length 140 km, 87 mi, 1995. Maximum width 55 km, 34 mi, 1995. Surface area 2,917 km to 1,126 square mi, 2021 April 1. Average depth 6 to 8 m, 20 to 26 feet, 1910, 2012, 2. Maximum depth 13 to 15 m, 43 to 49 feet, 1910, 2012, 2. Water volume 5.5 km 3, 1.3 cu 2021, 1. Salinity 217-235 GL1 Na, mg, Cl, so forth, brine, 20th C. 3. 8-11% in spring, 26-28% in late autumn. 4. Islands 102, 1995. See list. References. 5. Map. Ramsar wetland official name Lake Urmia, or Urmia. Designated 23 June 1975. Reference No 38. 6. Its old Persian name was Chichaste, meaning glittering, reference to the glittering mineral particles suspended in the water of the lake and found along its shores. The Greeks knew it was Sparta, and in medieval times it came to be known as Kabuda, Kabodan, in Armenian geography. 18. From the word for azure in Persian, or Kapuit, in Armenian. Archaeology and history. The Lake Urmia region has a wealth of archaeological sites going back to the Neolithic period. Archaeological excavations of the settlements in the area have found artifacts that date from about 7000 BCE and later. Excavations at Tep Hasanlu archaeological site southwest of Lake Urmia also revealed habitations going back to the 6th millennium BCE. A related site is Unique Tep, on the east shore of Lake Urmia, that has been excavated in the 1950s and 60s by Sia. Bernie. 19. Another important site in the area, from about the same era, is Hajji Fire's Tep, where some of the oldest archaeological evidence of grape-based wine was discovered. Kultep Jolfa is a site in the Jolfa County about 10 km south from the Araxes River. It dates to Chalcolithic period, 5000–4500 BCE. Egadan kurgans are located on the south shore of Lake Urmia. Some of them were excavated in 1968 and 1970 by O. Muscarella. They have now been redated to the second half of the 4th millennium, although originally they were read out to be much younger. 20. One of the early mentions of Lake Urmia is from Assyrian records of the 9th century BCE. There, in the records from the reign of Shalmaneser III, 858–824 BCE, two names are mentioned in the area of Lake Urmia: Parsuwa, i.e. the Persians, and Martai, i.e. the Mitanni. It is not completely clear whether these referred to places or tribes, or what their relationship was to the subsequent list of personal names and kings. But the Martai were Medes, and linguistically the name Parsuwa matches the Old Persian word Pasa, an Achaemenid ethno-linguistic designation. 21. The lake was the center of the Manian kingdom. A potential Manian settlement, represented by the ruin mound of Hassanlu, was on the south side of the lake. Mani was overrun by the Martiani or Martiani, an Iranian people variously identified as Scythian, Sakar. Diminishing of surface of Lake Urmia, NW Iran, September 2015. People visiting a boat on Lake Urmia. People visiting a boat on Lake Urmia Samartian, or Simrian. It is not clear whether the lake took its name from the people or the people from the lake, but the country came to be called Martian or Martian, and gave the lake its Latian name. The Battle of Urmia was fought near the lake in 1604, during the Ottoman-Safavid War of 1603–1618. In the last 500 years the area around Lake Urmia has been home to Azerbaijanis, Kurds, Iranians, Assyrians, and Armenians. Chemistry. The main cations in the lake water include Na+, K+, Ca2+, Li and Mg2+, while Cl, SO2,4, HCO3 are the main anions. The Na and Cl concentration is roughly 4 times the concentration of natural sell water. Sodium ions are at slightly higher concentration in the south compared to the north of the lake, which could result from the shallower depth in the south, and a higher net evaporation rate. The lake is divided into north and south, separated by the Urmia Lake Bridge and its associated causeway, which was completed in 2008. The bridge provides only a 1.5 km (0.93 mi) gap in the embankment, allowing little exchange of water between the two sections. Due to drought and increased demands for agricultural water in the lake's basin, the salinity of the lake has risen to more than 300 g/L during recent years, and large areas of the lake bed have been desiccated. 22. Ecology. Paleoecology. A paleontological investigation on long course from Urmia Lake has revealed a nearly 200 kyr record of vegetation and lake level changes. The vegetation has changed from the Artemisia/grass steppes during the glacial/stadial periods, to oak juniper steppe forests during the interglacial/interstadial periods. The lake has had a complex hydrological history and its water levels have fluctuated greatly in geological history. Very high lake levels have been suggested for some time intervals during the 2 last glacial periods as well as during both the last interglacial as well as the Holocene. The lowest lake levels have occurred during the last glacial periods. Modern ecology. Based on the latest checklists of biodiversity at Lake Urmia in 2014 and 2016, it is home of 62 species of archaebacteria and bacteria, 42 species of microfungi, 20 species of phytoplankton, 311 species of plants, 5 species of mollusca, 226 species of birds, 27 species of amphibians and reptiles and 24 species of. Lake Urmia is located in Iran. AA, AG, GG, GH, HK, KLU, NUM, MH, HTS, TSKT, KTT, TD. UNESCO Biosphere Reserves in Iran. 23. On holidays people come to see Lake Urmia around the Shahid Kalantari highway that still has water. The 15 km highway was constructed by drying 85% of the boundary between the western and eastern sides of the lake. Construction of the highway has disconnected the northern and southern halves of the lake and has made natural and fundamental changes in the hydrodynamic and ecological characteristics of the lake region. Mammals. 47 fossils have been recorded in the area. 24. 25. Lake Urmia is an internationally registered protected area as both a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, 23, and a Ramsar Site. 26. The Iranian Department of Environment has designated most of the Lake Asa National Park. 27. The lake is marked by more than 100 small, rocky islands which serve as stopover points during the migrations of a number of bird species, including flamingos, pelicans, spoonbills, ibises, storks, shelducks, avocets, stilts, and gulls. A recent drought has significantly decreased the annual amount of water the lake receives. This in turn has increased the salinity of the lake's water, reducing its viability as home